Good evening, everyone, once again, and welcome to all my speakers present here. And let's start our webinar today on the topic of forecast for 2022 career counseling is the future. A few years ago, selecting a course, career stream, or college for admissions wasn't a big deal. However, currently the scenario has undergone a huge change. Career counseling has become, one of the most important as it serves as a launchpad for the future of students. It is one of the most sought after jobs globally with a 19% employment rate as per industry reports. So in this webinar, we are going to discuss the scope of career counseling, which is a definite path for a successful career, and also how individuals can equip themselves with the changing times, and that will be followed by certain question and answers round. And if you are really passionate about guiding your students and want to enter into a recession-proof industry, then this webinar is going to help you immensely. And to discuss on this, we have our panelists, Ms. Sukti Karmakar, Mr. Avadut Samant, and Ms. Kanchan Punjabi. So a brief introduction about me. I am Satrupa Banerjee. I am the mentor and trainer for the Global Career Counselor course at University. A brief about our panelists. Ms. Sukti Karmakar with an English honors degree from Delhi University and a post-graduation in human resource management from IIT Ghaziabad. Sukti is a Green Belt certified global career counselor and with a specialization in premium overseas admissions and student profile building. She has guided many students to achieve their dreams and aspirations. She has also spent several years working with various organizations as a talent acquisition specialist. Shupti has worked as an IB teacher in a few renowned international schools in Bangalore. Welcome, Shupti.
Thank you.
Mr. Avadut Samant. Mr. Samant is a super counselor having specializations in the premium overseas admissions and student profile building. With 21 years of experience in flight operations at Jet Airways India, he restarted his career journey in the career counseling field. He is a trained career counselor along with a proficient flight dispatcher. He is also an enthusiast nature treks and trails organizer and an empathetic short poem composer too. Hi, welcome, Mr. Samant. And we have Ms. Kanchan Punjabi, founder of Career Guidance for You Indoor. Kanchan is a trained global career counselor from the University of California, Los Angeles Extension. She also holds certifications of specializations in premium overseas admissions and profile building beyond academics. Along with that, she is also a certified parenting coach from DEEP, that is Developmental, Encouraging and Effective Parenting, enabling her to bridge the gap between students and their parents. With an overall experience of more than 750 counseling sessions and 11 years in teaching, she has played a significant role in shaping the personality and behavior of the students and helping them in choosing the right career. So I welcome all of you on board. And so first, I would like to understand from all of you that, why did you make the decision of getting into this career counseling field? If you could share your journey with us.
Well, I'll start. Okay. So my career, again, I started off as a talent acquisition specialist, was into HR domain, right? And my change happened with, with parenthood, you can say. So once I became a parent, I started, I took up courses on teaching. I became certified, and I became a teacher. And as I became a teacher and was handling so many parents and students and all that, I felt that there is and many people used to come to me with their problems and career issues and all that for their children. Then my child was also growing, so I thought that let me get into career counseling. And as I took up the course, I realized this can be my profession. It joined the dots kind of thing. So yes, I took this up as a profession after taking up the course. It was not my conscious decision before. Yeah, so that was my journey.
Okay, wonderful.
Hi everyone. Just pardon me today for my bad throat a bit. Thanks Atrupa for the introduction. Actually, you took me back to my college days. I was lucky to be a part of a team which was working on a book for careers for you and me. It was way back in 1995. And that process actually prompted me to get into travel and tourism as a field. And then in 1998, I landed in Jet Airways. Then in that, around 10 years back, one Continental Publications from Pune, they approached me. They were compiling a book on some offbeat careers, hatke careers kind of, and they got to know that I'm a flight dispatcher, which is then also until today it's a rare species, not heard much of it.
Okay.
So therein I wrote 4 pages write up in that book, and then started getting calls from parents and students, for guidance, especially in the travel and tourism field. And in 2016, I got the first invitation at a school in Mumbai as a guest speaker at a career counselor seminars. And then I was invited at Nanded, Pune, Thane, and today at this webinar. So I was doing it as a kind of hobby level. But then suddenly in 2019, Jet Airways stopped operating. And that was the turning point wherein I thought, okay, what I can do else. And by then I had done these activities, my corporate experience, and I had already become, by then I had become father, and I was into parenthood, what Suti said. So all that got me into deciding, okay, let me now start career counseling, career guidance. In fact, personality development is my area of interest for since college days. So that's how then I was checking out for the options, wherein I found GCC is a affordable one and have a lot of offerings of good products to offer. So I did the basic course, then I went for the UCLA extension certification and the specializations also. And today I have clients ranging from 8th standard all the way up to midlife professionals. Until that. Yeah, thanks.
Wonderful. Yes, Kanchan.
Thank you, Satrupa, for that wonderful introduction, first of all. And good evening to everyone, all the audience over here. Now, if I talk about my career journey and my degrees, first of all, it is in 12th PCB. Coming next, it's BBA. Then coming next is MA in Economics, then BA, then I'm into counseling. So much of roller coaster ride, and there has been a reason behind everything. And because of so many fluctuations, so many changes in all my all over my study journey, I decided that yes, I have to guide students, because at every stage I realized that kash mujhe koi guide karne wala hota. Like when I opted for PCB. Before opting for PCB, I love medical field. I love being into hospital. I loved interacting with doctors. So I thought I should become a doctor, and my parents also supported. But the thing was, I went in grade 12, during our time, there was rat dissection. And I had to cut a rat, and I had 7 embryos. I got retest in grade 12. That was the condition, which is such a crucial year.
Yes.
Next, when I was going for my coaching for retest, the teacher said BBA is a very new course, you should go for that, and you're already intelligent. Without thinking much, I stepped into it. But while doing internship, I realized I'm not a kind of a person who is double faced. Aapke muh pe aapke jaisi, iske muh pe iske jaisi. I am not fit into that corporate world. And I was teaching students by then. So then I realized that yes, I should go for teaching, because I like to teach students. But unfortunately, when I went to the dean of the local college, he said, ma'am, you're not eligible because BBA or management is not taught below grade 10. Then they say, okay, you have to do MA in economics, which I really hated. Because eco is taught. And then again, it was something I had to do it just because I wanted to do BA. It is like ghoom fir ke you had to pursue your passion. And I scored only 52%. But yes, I did BEd. And while my teaching career, I came across so many students who were actually opting for careers or streams just without thinking. Like they don't know what is the outcome of commerce going to be, or they are just actually they are not having knowledge that what commerce is going to lead them to. Okay, PCB means doctor, nothing else. So I thought I should guide them, and this is when some one fine day an ad pops up on my Facebook, and I just plan to take it up as a profession and help students basically. That is that they should not go through this roller coaster journey as I went. So that is all about myself.
Wonderful. Like each one of your journey, as I can relate that either as a parent, I am concerned about my child, like because I have faced a lot. I have not been able to, connect those dots or been able to identify the right aptitude and the interest based on my personality. Or maybe I have the passion to help
Exactly.
students and bring them out from that kind of confusion and help them in the journey of clarity. So
Right.
that's wonderful listening to all of you. So we have right now around 62 participants, and I would like to know from all of you that what is your professional background, and for that right now I'm going to conduct a poll. I have started a poll. I'll just give 1 minute's time, and I would like to understand that's what's your professional background, because we just heard from our speakers their professional backgrounds. They were not at all they were not having any kind of can anybody see is that visible, the poll? Is a poll visible to all of you right now? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's a curiosity in me to understand that the total number of participants who are here, what's the mix of people that we have right now, whether you are an educator, a counselor, you're from the corporate or from any other background. So educators are going much ahead. It's 46% as of now. Counselors 25%, corporate 10%, others 17%. Okay, so last 5 seconds I'll give. They are still thinking. I mean, it's fluctuating. What should I click on? Great. So I'm ending the poll right now, and I could see that around 45% people here present here are from the education background. They are educators, and 21% are the counselors. 10% are from the corporate, and 21% are from different other backgrounds. So on this context, I would like to ask Shukti that in the past 2 years, we have seen that there is a shift in the competition among students. And so what do you think, how has been the scope of career counseling right now based on that competition?
Well, Shatarupa, the competition, the shift in this competition has been happening since quite some time. Actually, the last 2 years have just stirred in, that Samudra Manthan happened, no? So it is like that. So this has been happening since quite some time. So first, let me take back all of us to that period. If I compare, say, even if I compare, say, students' ratio of getting 90% and above marks in, say, the year 2010, so it was around, I would say, 18,000, say 17,600 students approximately got 90% and above in 2010. But if you see the figure in 2020, there was an 800% jump there. Okay, so in 2020, there were around 1,60,000 students who got 90% and above marks. Okay, even if I look at say 2019 and 2020 figures, so 2019 around 18,000 students got above 95%, and in 2020 39,000 students approximately got 95% and above. So again, a steep, say 119% of inflation in the number of students who got, say 95% marks and above. So imagine the dilemma for a admission officer who has 297 percentile students. Whom will he select? Okay, so he will. So one student has done some kind of, just has focused on academics, and say the other student has got 97% and has showcased his interest in that subject with various other activities that he has done, how he was involved with the community, and what other things he was involved in. He has showcased that. Okay, so of course the admission officer will select that 97% wala student who has showcased his abilities and his activities and all that, right? So there was this, there comes the focus on the personality of the student, all right? So this was the situation pre-pandemic. Okay, if we look into the pandemic situation, that is the last 2 years, then again another thing, that is that rapid changes in more than one way. All right, so one is, okay, the board exams got postponed, the standardized tests got postponed, everything went haywire. Okay, we were not that well equipped. I'm talking about parents, students, as well as schools and colleges, right? So what happened at that period of time? Again, the focus of the admission officers, without those usual standardized, what shall I say, selection metrics. Without that, their focus again went to the profile, the personalities of the student. Now, again, they were focusing on students' performance from, say, 9th to 12th. What they did, not just that board exam, okay, but what they did from 9th to 12th, okay, how resilient they are, what are their SOPs looking like, their LORs. So all these things mattered more than just that board exam ka marks, right? So who is there to guide them? Who is there to guide the students and the parents on these things? So there is the scope of career counselors. So the scope has only increased, especially during the last 2 years. Before that, of course, it was there. Since last 2 years, so many things changed, and even NEP and all that came. So, of course, parents needed this counseling. They needed the counselors, and even the students needed the help of counselors. So the scope has definitely increased for career counselors. Shaturupa, I hope I have answered the question.
Yes, it's very, very, what I understood from what you shared about the statistics specifically, that there has been an 800% rise. That's a huge, shift in the mindset, and also the way education system is also changing. And so as you rightly told, that this is where, as career counselors, our job role is becoming more difficult, as well as we are now become more, we need to be more polished now, because there is a lot of information in the market, but people are not aware of it, right?
Yes.
So thank you, Shukti, for sharing this. And on this note, what Shukti has just shared with us, I would like to conduct our next poll on how many of you present here are active career counselors. So I'll just start the poll right now. I hope it's visible right now. So I saw that around 21% of the entire mix contains career counselors. Like, then in that case, how many you are? And some of you are aspiring. That's why you're here. So yeah, it's okay. Almost 93-94%. They are saying that 95%, and the this is increasing. Great. So I'm ending the poll right now, and I see that out of the entire community present here, it's around 11% who are already into active career counseling, and 88% are they're thinking. I would rather say they are not active career counselors. But if you are here, then I suppose that you have something seated inside you that you want to help students. You have that passion inside you that prompted you to be a part of this webinar. So now taking from there, I would like to ask Avadut, that as per the new education policy, there has been the implementation of concepts where a student can take subjects from different streams which were not there previously. So based on this new education policy, what has been that shift in the job role of a career counselor? If you can just share with us.
Yes. Wherever there is a choice, there is confusion, and then you need a professional help.
Right.
So that happens with career selection also. And with this new education policy, NEP 2020, which will be affected in phased manner, let's say, I'm trying to put it in the simple way that it aims to include each and every child into the education system. Every child should get education initially in the mother tongue. Okay. So more number of students, more need for the counselors, for the guidance. Now you come into 6th standard, and then that we are talking about multidisciplinary approach, not only academics but skill-based activities, vocational subjects.
Right.
Again, there is a question of selection, which one I should choose.
Right.
So again, there is a need for the counselor. You get into the 9th standard, and already ICSE and CBSE, few boards are already asking for selection of subjects based on some groups. So at 9th standard also, I have some cases, clients, students in 9th standard. So at that juncture, again, you step in, go for higher education, and now we will be having not a major only, but major and minor combination, which is the foreign universities having. So this will be the crucial stage wherein I need to decide whether a medical, or science side, as well as I can pursue some hobby area in arts, some area in arts.
Right.
Now that major will be my main field of career, working for in future career. But that minor can be my hobby. It can balance my work and life. It can settle my balance, and it may give me opportunity for a second career in future. So looking at all this, my selection should be very critical. It's very critical, and therein again a professional hand will help me much. There is another issue, another point which the NEP talks about is Indian universities. As it is, there are few universities who are following the steps, the policies and procedures which the foreign universities are following. So they are not only looking at the degree, the marks and the academics, but as Sriti said, the overall profile.
Right.
But what are you apart from the marks? And some are asking for SOPs or even LOR might come in. So to prepare all this documentation, again you will need help.
Right.
And we are inviting foreign universities to set up campuses. So then I don't need to go abroad. I can study their programs here in India, but their policies and procedures will be the same.
Right.
So all this when the NEP is put into the action, I would say from the 6th standard onwards, at every stage you will require guidance.
Right.
And then there will be huge demand and maybe work pressure on the career counselors.
Right. Okay. Yeah, rightly said, Avadut, that one thing which I really liked was when you have more choices, you have more confusion. In our days, choices were less, so it was easier for us to pick up the right one sometimes. But now there are so many choices, so many careers, and there are emerging careers. There are alternative careers like scuba diving. You have pet grooming. So we have emerging careers like mechatronics. We have kinesiology, which are emerging careers, and everything is getting automated. So in this scenario, and also NEP coming into India, so here we had the concept, as you were telling, that the concepts of major and minor. So in India, we were never having that facility of having a major and a minor, and that was one of the biggest reason why students were going abroad, because they can take something. Say for example, they can take medicine and music, so they can do what they wanted as a profession and also what was their passion or a hobby. So that's a combination which they can choose when they're abroad. But I see that nowadays in India also, universities like VIT or Mahe Manipal, they have also introduced the majors and the minors as well, because now we are thinking as career counselors, as you said, the pressure of career counselors are more now, because they have to guide the students in a way that they are giving them all the information so that they can make informed decision making. Okay, so that's wonderful. Thank you, Avadut, for sharing your thoughts here. So now I would like to ask Kanchan that during this pandemic, there have been challenges for professionals to retain their existing jobs. So in this scenario, what do you think are several options for career counselors to expand their horizons?
To start with, Satrupa, let me tell you that the Center of Monitoring Indian Economy, they conducted a recent survey wherein the unemployment rate in December 2021 was 8%. And in India, at present, we require 1.4 million career counselors. And our India, it is perceived to be a counseling deficit sector because 93% schools in India are not having proper career counselors. Even the teachers who are teaching a subject, they don't know that, okay, what is their subject outcome going to be? How is it going to help students in future? So, according to me, there are several options for career counselors, like not only overseas, like they can specialize in overseas, they can approach schools for being a career counselor, helping students with various options. Now when we talk about various options, as Abdul mentioned, that no doubt there are various options. Earlier there was no choices, but now since there are so many choices, lot of confusion. But if I can add to it, everything is available on Google. We can search on it, right? But do I fit in or not? That is a major question. And who is going to help you? You can gather all the information online. But what about yourself? Who is going to tell you that you are going to fit in this profession or not? So the career counselor helps you to discover yourself. It should not be, as I mentioned in my case, I like to be a doctor, but later on I realized I'm very emotional. So being an emotional person, work-wise, I cannot be a doctor. Because if I'm a doctor and I'm very emotional professionally, and some critical case comes on my table, like who is my close one, I'll not be able to operate him. Right. So I need to know myself, and who is going to help you here? Career counselors. So their first step is like to make you discover yourself, that you will not find on any Google, not on any internet. Right. You will find all the information on internet, but not, how to discover yourself. And yes, whenever we are getting trained as career counselors, we are getting trained how to go about with psychometric assessments, which is really required to know a child or know a person, what his interests are, what is his learning style, what is his personality like. So these tests and all, they all suggest us, okay, according to all the factors, what careers are suitable to them. It should not be, I like it, that's why I want to go into it. Are you having those skills or not? Right. That is all also required. Now, you can also specialize in overseas. You can become an entrepreneur. You can become a school counselor. And okay, if you don't want to pursue it as a profession also, you can also help your children. Because everyone has kids in their family. Like, you are going to be aware about different career options,
Right.
which you cannot, and how to help your children, knowing the career options and how to make your child discover himself.
Right.
So that way, career counselors can guide them, and it has a large scope. As I mentioned, 93% schools, they do not have career counselors. We can always offer schools as services. We can be visiting counselors in their wherever we are, and we can help students to know, okay, these are the options available, and you should start searching from grade 8 onwards. Like children, they are mostly, the schools are also conducting workshops for grade 11 and 12 students. Okay, what is the career option for commerce, for medical, for engineering? But I think it should all start after grade 8 only. Some seeding has to be done so that they start doing research and know the work nature. And one more thing is that we have to see the career from 5 years later point of view. Because if the child is right now in grade 10, the career has to be assumed what is the scope after 5 years.
Right.
Maybe at present it is having a very good scope, but after 5 years it is not going to exist.
Right.
So here career counselors career counselors are having that vision. I mean that they, according to their research and all. So there is huge scope of career counselors, and you are going to help not only the people around you, but people in your family, your friends, kids everywhere. And kids are already everywhere, so you can always help them.
True, true. One very important point that I really would like to acknowledge is you said that even if you don't want to be a professional counselor and practice it professionally, you can just help. You can do you can be a career counselor just to help your child or
Right.
your near and dear ones, get the right direction. Because, information, as you said, is available in the Google, and anyone types it. There are multiple number of sites you can just put in and you will get the information. But the authenticity of the information, and also understanding that with so much information, what would be the right thing for me? Because what's right for Shukti or what's right for Avadut might not be right for Kanchan. So
Correct.
how to segregate that? And yes, as you said, psychometric tests, like here we have seen few things. We have seen most of our career counselors, either they're coming from the corporate background because they have been into the corporate and they had a vision to help children, and they have turned into career counselors. I have seen mothers who have told in my sessions that this course is only for my son, this course is only for my daughter, and because I want to help my daughter, and then if I see her excelling in life, then I can think of taking it as a profession. So these are certain aspects that I've seen. And also one thing that you rightly said, that even you said that 1.4 million, there is a requirement of
Career counselors
4
are
million of career counselors. And even we have seen that in schools, teachers are teaching. But when it comes to giving the right career direction to the students, they are even not equipped. So a structured way where a person gets trained on how to help or guide a student in a more structured way, that's more important. And here in our organization, we have seen that people sometimes come to my session with a fear that I'm the oldest one here, I'm the most oldest, or I am the younger one here. So this is irrespective of age. So age is just a number to become a career counselor, that I believe. Because I have clients who are they are just 24-25 years old to 60-65 years old, and they have already completed their course, they are practicing. We have done the e-convocation as well. So it's a mix of people that we have. So people sometimes think, I have left organization, or I have left education a long time back, so will I be able to do it? So yeah, if you have the passion, then definitely you can go ahead with it. And with that, I would like to ask another question to all of you, is that in this competitive environment, how an individual can help parents and students in making informed decisions?
Okay. Making informed decisions. One is, as Kanchan told. One is how to help the students to discover themselves. Okay. One is to let the students and their parents also know that sometimes the parents have their fixated notions and ideas for their children. Okay, so it is important for the parents also to know what is the strength of the child, and what is the weakness of the child, and whether we are capitalizing on that, or we are where are we heading to, and what is the vision. Okay, so that is one thing. And of course, as a counselor, we should always be informed and updated, upskill ourselves. We need to keep on upskilling ourselves with information, as well as different what are the different techniques which are coming and whatever, so that we if we are informed, then only we can keep our parents and students informed. I think yeah, that's from my side.
Okay.
I would add to Stuti's that I have passion in me, okay, to help kids, students, even adults also. But unless I go do some certification, some formal training I undergo, I will not have that finesse. Okay, and I may not be so confident. If I'm not stable, I'm not confident on myself, I cannot lend hand to someone else, to guide him. So, passion plus certification should be the first step. I mean, if somebody just walks into me and say, I am so and so, I may not trust him, So that's the first thing. The certification, you have to do a certification. Then there are specializations in different further areas. If you want to be specialized, like a niche area you want to cater to, that's there. And there are a lot of new age tools, as Kanchan talked about the psychometric test. So psychometric test is just one example. But today, we career counselors, we use different tools,
Right.
for different purposes in different areas. So these new age tools also, I need to understand them. I need to learn how to use them. That will be of immense help, in guiding the students and giving them proper direction.
Right.
Right. As rightly said by Abdul, that of course we need to get certification. Certification is not just getting a piece of paper, it is going through a training, and a training from a place which actually evolves you as a person. It should help you transform yourself, that yes, I wasn't at this level, now I am at this level. And when you are equipped with knowledge, of course, you can guide others. Now, as you mentioned, how we can help parents and students, I would suggest like even schools should like come up with a structured program, as you mentioned, Satarupa, that their teachers should be trained. As I have been a teacher, when I was teaching maths to students, they used to ask, ma'am, why should I study this? What is it going to help me with? And why should I waste my energy on this? So if I know that what outcome is going to be of this particular subject, what it is going to lead to, of course I can guide a child, and then child can get interested into studies. So in that way it can help parents to solve the study related problems also. If parents are having knowledge about what are the outcomes of commerce, or nowadays only parents are and students are, they are just sticking to say 7 basic careers like design, CA. Commerce is going to CA or MBA, nothing else. For according to them, biology means only NEET, not beyond that. If a child is opting for PCM, it is only engineering, not beyond that. So they are just actually they have narrowed down. They have only very limited options available. Means they are having very less options with them, whereas the horizon is too large. And here, as a career counselor, when you get trained, you learn a lot, you know how to do research. And we also, when not only doing research, how to, as Avadut mentioned, how to read the psychometric test, how to use the tools, what are the new tools available in the market, we can talk about that, and how we can help students with that. And of course, whatever organization, as my experience with Univariety was that we are getting help related to marketing. I mean, timely we are having webinars and workshops to train us after the certification also.
Yeah.
So that hand holding, it actually you feel ki okay, no, like it's not ki okay, the course is done and aapka kaam ho gaya. You are always there with us. So that is the best thing which actually makes me feel confident. If I have any problem, I can always call you all and I can connect with you all. So that is my best experience. And coming to yes, certification is required. It gives you a lot of confidence.
Yeah. So yes, as you all were discussing, one point which I just picked up is that when it comes to counseling a student, people only think of, okay, the student has come, the client has come, first take a psychometric test. Even though there might not be a need of a psychometric test,
Correct.
first understanding the student, understanding the needs of the client is more important. That at first instance, you're just taking a psychometric test. And also, as Avadut was also sharing, and all of you, about building a profile. It's now not only abroad, but universities in India also, they are looking for a profile, a broad profile, which is not only limited to the academics, but also it is having lot other things which a student has done beyond the academics. So as an admissions counselor, why would he take a student, admit a student, and why would he reject another student? There should be some X factor for which the student gets rejected. And that X factor might have, the student might have done a lot of other things like summer internship programs, or, MOOCs, or Model United Nations, reading certain books, doing a lot of, like Harvard has come up with so many online courses. And so doing different kinds of courses, showing the passion towards learning towards a course. Now all these things, information, who will give? That's where your role as a career counselor comes into place. Wonderful. So I just really loved listening to you. Now I would like to listen to my participants present here. So let's take questions one after another. I have a question from Vinita Chabra, just enrolled with GCC, looking forward to be one of the speaker in near future. That's where you have already seeded. Your intent has been set. So I'm 100% sure that one day I'll just see on the platform that all three of our super counselors are here in front of your screen. So welcome, Vinita, to our family Univariety, and I look forward to engage with you. So our next question is from Gayatri Parasarathi, who is saying, I'm a senior 66.5-year-old successful piano instructor. I want all to understand that your passion can become a successful profession. Gayatri, or Gaima, 44-old veteran music teacher. So she's a grandmother of two. I'd like an opportunity to address the youngsters people. Yes, anyone would like to just because she has mentioned her age, and we just spoke about that age is just a number for being a career counselor if you're passionate about it. What are your thoughts here, speakers?
As rightly mentioned, age is just a number. If you have a passion of helping others, if you want to help students, kids, even professionals, you are ready to learn, because first you have to learn. You have to be open to learning. And as ma'am rightly mentioned that she is a teacher also, and teachers, even I have been a teacher. Teachers are always open-minded. They are ready to learn. So when you are ready to learn, of course, you will learn and you will definitely help others. So age is just a number, and career counseling is a profession where there is no age bar, there is no background required that you should be from psychology background or teaching background. Just a passion to help others. That's it. And you should have that mindset of doing research. Right. That is what.
Yes. Anything, Avadut, you would like to add?
Yes. Everyone in his mind wants to do something which he likes to do. And we are always searching for some career field where I will enjoy my day-to-day work.
Right.
That's the basic motive behind it.
Right.
So my compatibility, what Kanchan sometime back talked about, So I'm searching for my compatible field, then I'm done for the life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a normal tendency, the normal thought everybody has. But is that the case? Once you get into it, then you start realizing the nitty-gritty of it, maybe the con side of it. But still, if you can continue with it for the lifetime, that's great. So my passion, my interest, with which I start in the beginning, that should continue over the period. Okay, and once I establish my career over whatever 30 years to 40 years of life, working life, then I am able to impart that knowledge and experience to others, the newcomers, the juniors. Now therein, I should have that urge from within, and I should have that knack also. So initially, I am a player, and then I become a coach.
Right.
And that's the way you learn life.
That's wonderfully put. I would rather say, Avadhoot, first I'm a player and then I'm a coach. That's really commendable. Like the way you have, given that anecdote. That's wonderful. Thank you, Avadhoot. We have our another question from Kumar Gopalani. Why GCC? Rather, me speaking as a part of Univariety, I would rather, take some of the pointers from you. Why do you think it's GCC is the key? Any experience, experiences that you would like to share? I will definitely mention about why GCC, but I would like to know from my speakers, because you are already trained professionals in the field of career counseling. Not only that, you have taken our white label technology and your super counselors as well. So I would like to know from you why GCC.
Okay.
You start, please. No, please.
Okay, I'll just add a point. I'll just start with my side. Okay, so GCC, okay, I was not from a counseling background. Okay, so we were taught in a way that, I mean, we had no idea. I mean, I will talk about myself. I had no idea about the idea of counseling. Okay, and then counseling students, parents, psychometric assessments, forget about all that. Okay, so yes, definitely the way, and after the training days, the amount of confidence that I got, okay, that confidence went notch higher when I got the support, okay, from the team. Okay, so the team is always there. I think I have even bothered people on, I don't know what hour of the day, that I am having this kind of a query, please help me. And yes, they have, I mean, the Univariety has become a family, so anytime, any problem, you can bother your mom or your dad. Okay, so it's like that, you are there with an answer, you are there with the support and that help. Okay, so yes, that is why GCC from my side. Yes, of course, certification is there, but with that, the amount of support that you get, that is something which you cannot compare with any other. I don't know. I mean, with anything else, I cannot compare it with. I think Kanchan has.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that inner circle mastermind, that group which we have, just one question we have to put, we get so many responses, and you are always there. The team, not only the team, all the members, we have, I think, more than 1,000 members over there.
Yeah, 1,700 members are there in the inner circle,
right, and they all are ready to help you out. It is like a community for us. Like whatever query you have, because we all, it is like research oriented. Daily there are so many upgradations coming. So what if you have a slight question you put up, you get response for yourself. So that is and even GCC is conducting workshops to market yourself, how to establish yourself as a business if you want to. They're hand holding you at every point. I mean, and of course it helps you to transform as a person, how to read psychometric tests, how to read a person. And apart from all the career related knowledge, like even a small career, I would not say a small, I'm sorry, makeup artist, how to go about a makeup artist, we are getting knowledge over there. So if a person is passionate about makeup, if a girl is passionate about makeup, how she can pursue it, we are getting knowledge about it. That is the reason GCC, it is covering all, means I would say encyclopedia of all the information. That is it.
Great. Avadut, if you would
Yeah.
like to share something.
Yeah, just to add to what Stuti and Kanchan said, as I said when I was narrating my journey initially, that when I was searching for, when I was deciding on which certification to go for, I found GCC and the Univariety platform, certifications and the specializations and the tools which they are offering and the products. They were much better than what I could see on other platforms. I don't need to name for it. So that's why, and affordable cost also it was. So that's the reason I enrolled into GCC.
So there is one question. I would rather say there are two questions from Pirzada Manzoor, who is asking what key skills counselor needs and how to become the best counselor.
According to me, you should have that keen nature of helping others. As Satrupa, you mentioned earlier, it should not be key. A client comes to you and you have to sell a psychometric tool. You have to interact with the intention to help the child who has come to you. Like they should feel connected to you. That is the one main skill. Next is you have to keep on upgrading, means you have to have that research oriented mind. Not that I'm perfect, I know everything. You have to keep on upskilling yourself. Be open to learning. If anyone is offering you, and you have to be a very good listener. It's not that someone comes to you, start with your own, that what knowledge you are having. You have to be a good listener and try to understand someone's problem. So need to be a good listener. You have to be empathetic. You have to be just helping. With means you have that intention to help others. That is the main thing you should have.
Yes, and to add to that, you also need to be non-judgmental. I mean,
Yes,
people will come from different backgrounds, different problems, and all that. It's very important that we are non-judgmental. Also, the need of keeping things confidential, that is also important. It's not that you, sometimes it can be like one student is coming, next time the student's cousin might be coming to you. It should not be like you are spilling the beans from this side to that side. So then the faith goes, the trust factor goes. Okay. So yeah, these were two additions to what Kanchan said.
Yes, Avadut.
I would just add one thing, that best. Once I become best, no, then that's it. Then stop.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, best. Yeah.
So there is always scope for improvement, always scope for learning throughout the life.
true.
So right now, what is the best? Then I have to raise my bar.
Yes,
Otherwise, I'll
definitely.
become stand.
Yeah, the definition of best changes with time to time with the need. What's the need right now in the industry? What's the need?
Yes.
Based on that, the definition of best actually changes.
New things come up. You should be able to. I mean, you should be willing to learn new things, upgrade yourself, and continue raise your skills, raise your bar. That's the.
Thank you. So one person has asked, though I don't see the name here, educator, it's mentioned, when should a seed be sown to begin thinking about having a career rather than just focusing on getting good grades aimlessly? When should a seed be sown to begin thinking about having a career rather than just focusing on getting good grades aimlessly?
As I mentioned earlier also, the child should be made aware about different careers from grade 8 onwards. Like 8th and 9th is a stage where they can start exploring about different careers. And it should not be that, okay, now start thinking about career. That should not be a statement. There is a way of talking to a child. Like parents who are the closest member to the family, to the child, although they say they are not, friends are impacting their life, but they should start observing their hobbies, their interests, what skills their child is having, and try to dive, and whatever interest and skills they are having, they should try to engage child activities related to it, and observe if the child is enjoying all that. So that way the child will be, getting skilled and find a way ki, okay, I came across a child who was actually very much interested in making aero modeling in school, like taking up aero modeling, and now gradually from 8 onwards parents started supporting him. I was in touch till since grade 8, and now he wants to become an aeronautical engineer. So that observation has to be there from parents side, that what my child is enjoying, what is he doing, what is his interest type. And grade 8 is the right age, what I feel like. And if Avdoot and Chupti what like to add it to it.
Yeah, 8th is good. One is they have the time also.
Right.
As they grow, the time becomes limited. So 8th is a good time to start because they are a bit more mature than their earlier stage. So they can start exploring, and start doing multiple activities, because 8th and 9th, they still can devote some time. From 10th onwards, yeah, the time starts getting lesser and lesser. So that's the right time, I think.
Yes, if the NEP, once the NEP comes in, then that 8th standard might come down to 6th standard.
Correct.
Because therein we will start having different options, and it's up to the parent. I mean, this question, when Satrupa, you asked that question, I got myself into the parenthood. I was thinking of my daughter. So basically, yeah, 8th standard for the time being, but soon it will be for 6th standard itself. That question will pose in front of us.
Yes, very good.
So I'll just like to, just conduct our last poll on how many of you who want to become career counselors. I've just published. I'll just give you 30 seconds time to answer this question, that how many of you are willing to become a career counselor? Okay, I see it's 75%, 60, not sure. Okay, 66%. 71%, okay, 75% is just fluctuating. Okay, now not sure is becoming I do. That reminds me of the marriage part, I do. Okay, great. So I'm ending the poll here, and I see 85% of all of you present here are looking for a career in career counseling, and that's a wonderful step. That's the first step, that your intent of helping students in a more professional way, by the way you can get trained and then help a child. That's more important. And we are already at 7, so there would be a lot of questions related to this the global career counselor course. Just one thing I would like to mention here is that these are our alumni. You have heard from Kanchan, you've heard from Shukti, from Avadut. They have been our successful, alumni who have not only just done the course, but they have started practicing as well. And as you hear from them, their journeys, they were not into teaching, they were not into core academics, but now they are helping students. So it is this concept, this mindset of I am not a teacher, so how would I reach out to people? So this is not the concept that you should hold in your mind. That is number one. The Global Career Counselor course is basically a self-paced 9 months course where you get 6 months for the Univariety 9 modules and 9 modules from University of California, Los Angeles Extension. Apart from that, we have live interactive sessions, audio case studies, followed by live workshops, and also we share psychometric tests and interpretation, how you do that. And the best part here is we have something called the Inner Circle, which is a community of 1,700 certified global career counselors at Univariety. And as Kanchan was saying, just putting a question across there, within 10 seconds you get an answer. That's a peer-to-peer learning that you always get from the Inner Circle. And yes, this is an industry ready course. It's a blended learning. You have pre-recorded videos as well as live sessions, so mixed together. You will be able to do this course if you're really passionate. If you can just spend around half an hour time every day, or maybe 2 to 3 hours time in a week, you will be able to do this course. Somebody was asking about the weekend, how they can do it in the weekend. So this is a self-paced course. We do not fix on a time that you have to do at this time and everything. So yeah, this was one of the things. And if you want to know more about this GCC course, there is the link that I have pasted in the chat box. If you can see, you can just fill up this particular callback form. One of our advisors will share with you in detail about what the course is all about and how you can get the help. And the language, last question, in which language we can give counseling sessions. It's the language where you can connect with the person. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to talk in English, you have to talk in Hindi. Somebody who is counseling a student from the suburbs and their background is not that strong in English, then maybe a local language or the language that the student understands and the client can, and the career counselor can speak. That's where the connect happens, and that's where you start helping the student. So there is no called language specificity when you are counseling a particular student. Understanding the needs is more important than the language. That is another part. And apart from that, some of you have asked about the specializations that we have, as all of our counselors present here have also gone through that specialization. So we have two specialization, which is an addition to the GCC course, and one is on student profile building, where we teach about how to build a student profile, the roadmap for a student, what he can do beyond the classroom by helping them with the activities. And the second one is premium overseas admissions, where we actually talk about if a person is really interested into become an overseas admissions consultant, because the earning opportunity there is huge. So if somebody is really interested in helping students who are planning to study abroad, then for them we have the premium overseas admissions, where we actually discuss about live filling up of the applications. We share statement of purposes, letters of recommendations, how to identify and shortlist the countries, the colleges, and the courses. Everything in detail. We give you e-certificates after completion of both the specializations, and also after completion of the GCC course as well. You get two certificates, one from University and one from UCLA Extension. So if you want to know more about it, please fill in the form that I've shared on the chat box here. I'm just sharing for again for your convenience. Please fill up the callback form. Then one of our advisors will get in touch with you and brief you in detail about the entire GCC course in case you are interested. And yes, the last thing that I would like to say here is that, as Kanchan shared, I am just repeating that our relationship starts once you end the course. It's easy to start relationship when you feel us and you're starting a course. It's not about that. It is about once you are completing the course, how we are doing the hand holding and the relationship that goes on, because that's what's important. We have something called broadcast messages that keeps on going to people even after 10 years. I'm also an alumni of University. I've also done the GCC course. So it keeps on going to you, the broadcast messages on industry updates and everything. Like you just ask for it and it's there. And here at University, we always believe in one thing, that you don't learn swimming or driving by just looking at it. You have to be on the driver's seat, or you have to jump in the pool and you start swimming. There would be guards or there will be a master driver. So here I always see that once you join the course, the first day you start with your practice with your near and dear ones. So that's we are there as your guards. We'll be helping you out in every step that you go. But you have to take that courage, that step, that first step. Rest we will be doing all the hand holding. So I'll not speak much about it. If you're really interested and passionate about this course and taking up this course, seriously want to become a trained counselor, please fill up the callback form, and one of our advisors will get in touch with you. And yes, thank you, speakers. Thank you, Kanchan. Thank you, Avadut. Thank you, Shukti, for your wonderful inputs.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right.